The applicable starting points are custodial sentences of 10 years in the case of Doctor Obeta, 10 years and 6 months in the case of Ike Ekweremadu, and 6 years in the case of Beatrice Ekweremadu.
This is the full story of how Nigeria ex-Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu and his wife Beatrice Ekweremadu, alongside their Doctor Obeta, landed themselves in prison in the UK. The full story, guys. According to this Nigeria solicitor barrister Emeka Ugwuanyi, who narrated this story from the beginning, Senator Ike Ekweremadu, who tried to make an arrangement to buy kidney for his daughter who was sick and needed a kidney transplant immediately. So Senator Ike Ekweremadu contacted people who looked for a boy and found this boy, David Ukpo Owamini, who is 21-year-old Lagos street hawker. According to the story, when David Ukpo Owamini, 21 years old, was interviewed at the London hospital, where he was to give his kidney to Ekweremadu's daughter, Sonia, they asked him if he knew he was to donate his kidney to Sonia Ekweremadu. He first told them that he had no money to donate. They explained to him that it was his kidney that they were talking about and not money. He asked them what was kidney. The boy claimed he doesn't know what kidney is, or what kidney means, or what part of the body is kidney. And they had to explain to him what part of the body is kidney, because that is the standard practice in the... Initially, the doctors thought it was just a question of language, since David's English was not good enough. However, they eventually understood that David did not know which human organ was called kidney. That means he did not know which organ he was to give Sonia. That led the doctors to conclude that the procedure was not well planned or well explained to David, and that is the number one requirement by law. According to the law, you must explain to the organ donor the procedures and all the health risks associated with the procedure. It is only then that the donor is taken to have informedly consented. When the doctors found that David did not understand what he was about to get involved in, they declared him a mismatch. The term mismatch is a technical generic language to indicate that the proposed organ harvesting has not met all the requirements. And based on this, the doctors released David Owamini to go back home. And out of anger, Ekweremadu and this Doctor Obeta had to inform David Owamini that he is about to go back to Nigeria and they are going to send him packing, since what he came to UK to do did not work out. That was the beginning of the problem. Expected that he would be given a job in London, as he was promised by Ekweremadu and Doctor Obeta before they left Nigeria. They did not give him job. They did not send him to school. Instead of all he was promised, he was asked to prepare to return to Nigeria, and David ran away from the house where he was kept. Before you know it, hunger started dealing with David where he ran to, and he had to turn himself in to the police. And that was what led to big investigation that landed this man in jail. It was at the police station that he was asked if he was paid any money, and he said yes. He was paid 270,000 naira to come to UK and donate his kidney. But when the police started their investigation and checked the WhatsApp chats between Ekweremadu and Doctor Obeta, they realized that Ekweremadu actually paid 4.5 million naira for Obeta to pay to David, but Obeta only paid David 270,000 and pocketed the rest. In fact, Ekweremadu tried to keep himself away from certain details of the deal. That was why Ekweremadu never discussed money with David. In fact, he did not deal directly with David. My people, that is the full story of what landed Ike Ekweremadu, a former deputy Senate president to Nigeria, in jail. His wife and his Doctor Obeta Obinna has been sentenced to prison. Watch the full video.
The applicable starting points are custodial sentences of 10 years in the case of Beatrice Ekweremadu, 10 years and 6 months in the case of Ike Ekweremadu, and 6 years in the case of Beatrice Ekweremadu. Beatrice Ekweremadu, stand up, please. There are aggravating features in your case. You deliberately targeted a victim who was particularly vulnerable due to his young age, his isolation from his immediate family, and his poverty. After the conspiracy to exploit C was thwarted, you continued to try and find another person to be exploited in the same way. As against that, you have no previous convictions, and you are a person of good character.